gentleman standing to my right, the energy, he really needs no introduction, but he's the chairman of our USO Celebrity Circle. It's my pleasure now to introduce a very good friend of mine, Mr. Wayne Newton.
Woo!
Thank you, Mr. Carr. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I was walking in, it was kind of interesting because I got in that area out there where a lot of people were coming in. Someone yelled, "Wayne Newton's in the crowd!" And everybody stopped what they were doing and started to look. And I felt kind of stupid. I was almost sorry I yelled. I have been involved with the USO lovingly, and I said that from the bottom of my heart, since I was 9 years old. And at the age of 18, the Vietnam War was raging. I went in for my physical, looking forward to heading to wherever they wanted to send me to be a part of our American forces. And they found out that I had bronchial asthma, and this signed a piece of paper and said, "Here, you can go." I said, "Go where?" They said, "Wherever you came from." So I looked at the piece of paper and it said 1Y. Now, I know what 4F means because I heard my dad talk about it growing up. I said to them, "What does 1Y mean?" And they said, "That means the Russians would have to be in the lobby before we call you." So I decided they could stop me from fighting for my country, but they couldn't stop me from singing. So I immediately left for Vietnam, the four of us, and we have entertained our troops in every confrontation that our country has been in since Vietnam. We were there twice. So it truly is one of the highlights of my life. I promise not to keep you, but I just want you to know what you mean to the USO. We are a non-government-funded organization. The monies that we get are from individuals who care enough about the country and care enough about what the USO does for our troops and their families. And so this is a contrary to something that a lot of people don't realize. Were it not for the donations from wonderful people like all of you, and of course Mr. Carr included, we wouldn't be able to function. We wouldn't be able to do what has been done for over 65 years. The USO has been entertaining and taking care of troops and their families for over 65 years. And Mr. Hope, God rest his soul, when he retired, he asked that I and the USO agreed I should take over as chairman of the Celebrity Circle. I am half Native American, and I asked Mr. Hope, because he and I had traveled the world together doing shows, I said, "Why don't they send us to the same place at the same time? Because I would enjoy working with you again, Mr. Hope." And he said, this is the true story, he said, "Well, so am I." He said, "You're not very bright, are you?" And I said, "Well, no, but I don't do interviews about it." And he said, "Since time immemorial, the first thing our country does in any time peril, whether it be war or hurricanes or whatever," he said, "the first thing that we do is send out an Indian scout. And if he comes back, anybody can go." And so that was Mr. Hope's answer, and I have been doing that, I say from the bottom of my heart, since I was 9 years old. We thank you for your love of the USO. We thank you for your support for men and women in the armed forces. And most of all, we thank you for being just good people. And boy, it's really nice to go someplace where people can still smoke. Thank you very, very much.